What is up, everybody? This is Anthony with VR 365. What is going on? Technical difficulties are us. Yes, I'm having serious problems right about now. Okay, so on YouTube, it was showing my stream status as bad. Now it just went to okay. And so anyway, what was I going to talk about here? Yeah, man, god damn, so many problems. So my camera wasn't working for the longest time. I switched USB ports, restarted the computer, did all kinds of stuff. It's working now, right? It's working now. Hello, you guys can see me? Okay. So yeah, problems.com. Honestly, I probably should have just punted on this episode. Probably should have just punted on this episode, but oh well, didn't do it. Going to try to do some type of episode, contractually obligated, you might say. And we are going to try to figure something out. We're going to try to do something. Discombobulation is absolute. This is a shiz show like none other. Definitely shiz show. Okay, so you guys, well, let me start over. Okay, let's start over. Calgon, take me away. Okay, let's start over. 1, 2, 3, what's up? Okay, 1, 2, 3. What is up, everybody? My name is Anthony. This is VR 365. Aren't you happy that you're in a VR gaming news discussion? Oh my god. What is up? Yeah, buddy. Half-Life Alyx? Hell yeah. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, folks, this is VR 365. My name is Anthony, and today we were supposed Deli Wolfenspar is like, are you okay, man? Dude, I just popped 5 Adderall. I've never felt better. No, okay. All right, so starting over. That is, yeah, it's a deep fake. It's a deep fake that you got going on right about now. So we were going to have a special guest today. Alyx. Yeah, Half-Life Alyx was going to be in the building. We were going to have Alyx Vance on the show. Didn't happen. Last minute cancellation. No, not last minute. But actually, I was going to have Alyx from the play. Dude, no, it's not brownies. If it was brownies, I would be a little bit more chill, right? I'd be a little bit more chill. No, it's not brownies. Okay, so basically, Alyx from Play PSVR was going to be on the show today, and we were going to do the state of PlayStation VR. Exactly what you guys wanted, right? It's exactly the podcast that you wanted today. It's the podcast you were dreaming about, right? Okay, so Alyx let me know that he was not going to be able to do it. He's incredibly busy with his job and everything, and he just wasn't going to be able to do it today, and he's going to try to come on in a couple of weeks probably. So I hope to have Alyx back. I still do want to do that show. I really do, because I do think there's lots of topics to talk about, PlayStation VR related kind of topics. Also, just to kind of look at 2019 for PlayStation VR and where it's going and blah, 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 blah. But anyway, it's not going to happen. So we are going to do a different kind of a thing. And obviously, let's just get into the effing news already, right? So the big story of the day is, did you hear that boiling steel? No, the big story of the day is, of course, Half-Life Alyx. The trailer came out today. It was revealed. Now, I got to tell you guys, I'm looking at the people in chat. Everybody's cracking me up, so I just can't help it. But I was at work today, all right, all day long, and I didn't even try to watch the trailer at work. I could have watched it on my phone. I definitely could have watched it on my phone, but I didn't want to ruin that, by watching it on my phone. So I didn't do that. And, our work computers, they have all these different requirements. Hold on a second. My headphones is trapped under a cord. Hold on 1 second. I will be right back. Sorry about that. I had to resituate my headphones there. But basically, so I was at work. All hell dropped loose with the whole Half-Life thing, but I wasn't paying attention to none of it. Now, then I got home, and I didn't have a lot of time here, but I did watch the trailer twice, and I did sleep at a Holiday Inn last night. Why don't we check out the trailer one more time, folks? I know you probably have seen this trailer about 500 times today, but I've only seen it twice. I've only seen this trailer twice so far, so let me see it for a third time. Half-Life Alyx announcement trailer. Let's go ahead and run this puppy. Okay, let's go ahead and check it out. Am I getting volume on this? Okay, here we go. We'll do my impressions. Actually, I'll go to the menu where I have full screen Graham Taylor with video menu. Yeah, here we go. What's up, guys?
Alyx?
I'm here. So what's the plan?
We can get this weapon.
Ooh, that looks so fucking badass, man.
There's no straight shots.
Okay, that looks dope right there, baby. City 17 in the house.
Got it.
Look at this.
Every step of the way.
Look at that human.
You're gonna need a gun.
Okay, no inverse kinematics. No inverse kinematics.
It's unloaded now. Combined shadows really picking up.
Where's the
They know
shadows?
you're coming. You need to get out of here.
Where's the shadows?
Oh God.
They've got Dad.
They're gonna find out what he knows. And then
That's
they're
Dad?
gonna
Dad
kill
looks different. No.
All this is my fault.
Okay, that
I never
train
told
looked
you.
dope. That train looks
So
dope.
sorry, baby.
You will not save him. Alyx Vance alone cannot prevent his fate.
Close your eyes, honey.
Half-Life Robert. Half-Life Billy Bob. Who's that dude? Okay, so anyway, folks, yeah, let's go ahead and go back to our standard window here. Haven't been in that window in a minute. So yeah, that is the Half-Life Alyx trailer. It has dropped and all hell hath broken loose, and I love it. I love how much crazy hate is in the flat gaming world. Unfortunately, see, it would have been wonderful. Imagine if I had this day off of work. If I had this day off of work and I could have saw this trailer at 10 a.m., I could have taken special screenshots of the trailer and I could have said, ooh, look at that right there. See how she's doing this or that? Oh, see how her hand has all these freaking Edward Scissorhands things all over it? See how that guy has extra beard hair? You know, I could have analyzed every little thing, right? And then I also could have went to NeoGAF and gotten actual quotes from all the haters, because you know, oh my God, I gotta check NeoGAF. That's something I'll be doing later tonight, is checking NeoGAF and looking at all the quotes from the people that just want VR to die in a boat fire. Like, this is their worst nightmare come true, which is awesome. This is perfect. Now look at that effing train. That train was dope. You know, that train was really cool. But yeah, the trailer looks absolutely gorgeous. It looks incredible. Visuals look amazing. Now, having said all of that, how many times have we seen a trailer that looked absolutely drop dead gorgeous and the game was ass on a stick? We've seen it many times. Of course, that's not going to happen with Valve. That's not going to happen with Valve. This is going to be an awesome game. Did you guys notice, though, that it says March 2020? It says March 2020. We don't have a specific date in March. So basically March 31st. Let's talk about it. March 31st, 2020, Alyx will be available, or will it? God, I really hope that inside Valve, they've made a commitment that they should just come out and say it. Like, Gaben should just straight up get a clip on video where he says, look, this game is coming out in the month of March 2020. I don't give an F if it's a freaking flaming turd. We're going to put the game out, and if we have to patch it a million times, we will, but the game will be out. There will be no delays. I really, really hope, because it's hard. It's so hard for me to trust this. It's so hard for me to trust this because, you know, the Valve Index launched, and everybody thought we were going to get this game the day that the Valve Index launched. You know, everybody thought like it made all the sense in the world. So for them to not have this game ready for the day that their headset launched just shows you how freaking, like, you know, they're just not ready for this type of shit. They're just never ready to release something. And so I don't know that I trust March 2020. And that's really my biggest worry at this point in time. But this is a beautiful situation, folks. Everything is unraveling exactly the way it should. Everything is unraveling absolutely perfectly. We've got all the VR haters in the world out there. They just don't like VR. They want VR to die. But then there's this. There's this game. It's Half-Life. It's the first real Half-Life game in how many years? Is it like 12 years, 14 years? I mean, I don't know how many years it is. I know there's a quote somewhere. See, I haven't seen all the videos. I haven't read all the articles. I don't know what's going on. I've just seen this trailer now 3 or 4 times. It looks absolutely drop dead gorgeous. This is my most wanted game of the year. Well, not this year, of next year. I mean, oh shit. You know what? I got a problem, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, hold on one second. I don't have my webinar because I restarted my computer and it jacked my webinar to hell and back. Ain't that a bitch? Okay, so now I got to get my webinar back in the mix. That is unfortunate. Steam... Half-Life Alyx. Okay, yeah, the webinar is all to shit and back. Okay, so let's go ahead and bounce over to the Steam page for Half-Life Alyx. This is all real, folks. This is actually happening. Okay, so bouncing over here, yes, this is Half-Life Alyx. You can pre-order it right now, ladies and gentlemen. And not only that, a special 10% off pre-order deal. I mean, this shit ain't going to be available for a long time. It's a strong 4 months away, 4.5 months. And we can pre-order it now, pre-purchase Half-Life Alyx. And of course, it was announced today, if you are the proud owner of a Valve Index, celebration is in order because you don't have to pay diddly squat for this puppy, which honestly, it's the least they can do. They shipped everybody broken controllers. You know what they should do is they should send us a physical copy of Half-Life Alyx along with 2 Valve Index controllers and a formal apology from Gaben himself. But no, it is cool that we do get Half-Life Alyx for free, those of us that are living the dream with the Valve Index. The page is up. Logo looks pretty good. Let's see what it says. Half-Life Alyx is Valve's VR... Half-Life Alyx is Valve's VR return to the Half-Life series. See, they wanted to sneak that VR in the first sentence to just wake mofos up and let them realize what's about to go down here. It's the story of an impossible fight against a vicious alien race known as the Combine, set between the events of Half-Life and Half-Life 2. Playing as Alyx Vance, you're humanity's only chance for survival. And so, yeah, they got a website, halflife.com, Half-Life Alyx, yep. As founders of a fledgling resistance, you've continued your clandestine scientific activity, performing critical research, building invaluable tools for the few humans brave enough to defy the Combine. Okay, yeah, let's take a look at some of the screenshots they got here. I mean, dude, that District 9 said, hey, what's up? Why are you taking our styly? Okay, that looks pretty cool right there. You got your old man Joe. That looks pretty sweet. So fingernails need to be cleaned a little bit. Okay, Alyx Vance is a female. Your thumbs are pretty big, Alyx. Your fingers are pretty big. She's female. You know, she's a female, right? Pretty big thumbs, pretty big fingers. Oh, dude, look at these old ancient computer monitors in this modern dystopian future. That's pretty cool. Look at, here's a Old ass computer monitor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, CRTs are really popular in this new dystopian future. But nah, this looks dope. I mean, that looks like City 17 right there, which I am a huge fan of that. I mean, when I was playing Half-Life 2, City 17 was probably the coolest part of the whole thing. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty incredible. This is the dream that we've all dreamed about. They really did it. They really did it. I mean, it's not Half-Life 3, okay? It's not Half-Life 3. And it isn't a follow-up. It's not Half-Life 2 Episode 3. It's not Half-Life 2 anything. Dude, look at all that crap on her gloves. Like, that is a little bit too much going on these gloves. Look at these gloves. And then we also saw in the trailer, it was like Edward Scissorhands with all those things going all over the gloves there. I mean, it looks like she can make her own beats, Dr. Dre style on these gloves. All kinds of little things going on. Definitely needs to clean them fingernails a little bit. But yeah, looks pretty good. So this is the dream. It is the dream we were all waiting for. Yeah, Rudel Zavedno says, why not full arms? I hate hands only. Big immersion breaker. Yeah, I did say no inverse kinematics. Now, we don't need full arms, but what we would like is to the elbow. Give us to the elbow, okay? We do like to see our elbows in VR. You know, give us the forearms at least. You know, because if you have your forearms, because a lot of times you're going to be in VR and you're going to kind of have your arms up here and you're not really going to see all of this. You're going to see mostly just kind of your forearms and stuff and your wrists and everything. And they can do that super accurately with inverse kinematics, but they're going with just pure hands only. Little bit weird. Now, it might be a bit of a performance concern there. As far as that goes, I mean, I don't know if they get some type of performance savings by not actually rendering like forearms and all that as well. I don't know that would be a big deal. Somebody was saying, though, that this is going to just destroy... Yeah, DRJ. Yeah, I'm all over the place. I can't talk very good right now. Somebody was saying... this is going to melt my video card. Like, there's no effing way. And yeah, I got to agree with that. Looking at this video, looking at this trailer, I mean, oh my God, it looks like it's going to bring a lot of video cards to its knees. I don't think anybody's going to be running this puppy at 144 hertz, but it does look drop dead gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful trailer. Everything, I mean, moving stuff around. Now, one big question I do have, there's lots of stuff all over the environment. You saw how she took her hand and she moved that bucket over to the side. I wonder how much stuff is going to be glued to the ground. I mean, glued to the table, and that you won't really be able to interact with. That'll be interesting to see how much stuff, because there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of details. This is a very intricate world that we're going to be exploring. That's the Edward Scissorhands part I was telling you about. You know, look at all that. Oh, so I guess they're upgrading her hand capabilities right there. But you can see pushing a lot of things out of the way. So a lot of things have physics, which that looks good. And yeah, we like our old Sony monitors in our dystopian future. I love that train. That train looks so dope. And all the City 17 stuff looks really good. That's the thing. This really has to hurt the flat gamers so bad. It's really got to hurt them because it looks so good. It looks so good. I'm definitely going to have to listen to the Giant Bomb episode. See, here's the thing, guys. I used to be a flat gamer. Well, we all used to be flat gamers, right? There wasn't VR. Prior to April 2016 and late March 2016, we were all flat gamers. And back at that time, I would listen to the Giant Bombcast religiously. You know, my favorite podcast. I mean, not like it was the greatest podcast ever, but it was my favorite podcast at that time. And I'm very curious. I have not listened to that podcast in I don't know how many years. It probably 2016 was probably the last year that I've listened to a Giant Bombcast episode. And I'm kind of curious to hear all of them talk about, you know, the unveiling, and they're like, oh, it's VR only, you know, So it'll be interesting to hear, like, the flat gaming journalists, what's their reaction to this? Because it is going to be that group think. You know we're going to have that where basically all of the people that report on this, like any website that isn't a VR-based website, when they report on this, they're all going to take the same attitude. It's Half-Life, but it's in VR. Well, I guess everybody buy a VR headset, and you don't really want to buy a VR headset. Me neither, but I don't know. Maybe it's time to buy a VR headset. Maybe it's time to give VR a chance. Yeah, I know. We hate VR, and man, they should have made this in flat too. You know, like what are they doing here? But oh well, you know, it's in VR. I mean, that's basically what everybody's going to say. So it's going to kind of all be couched in this certain attitude, which is going to be a bit disappointing, but it is typical. It's what we expect. And but this is beautiful. It's a wonderful thing because it really is going to force these flat gamers to freaking deal with this shit, especially when it comes out. And if it gets like just incredible ratings and people are just falling over themselves talking about how incredibly amazing this game is, and then the flat gamers are going to hear about it. And, you know, what about this? Let's consider this angle. So the game is free. The game is free for those of us that own a Valve Index. How much of a factor do you think that will be? Because you do have a lot of flat gamers, right, that have always kind of wondered about VR. Now, a lot of them that really cared about VR, though, they've probably already tried VR at one point or another. They've probably tried somebody's Oculus Rift. In fact, a lot of these people, a lot of them actually bought an Oculus Rift or an HTC Vive and used it for like a couple of months, and then it started collecting dust and they've moved on. There's a lot of people that have done this, guys, and that's probably one of the most damning things that we can ever talk about is these people that actually bought a VR headset, used it for a couple of months, then got bored and went back to Fortnite. They went back to the Jedi Fallen Order. They went back to flat gaming and said, VR just isn't there yet. It was fun for a minute, but I got bored. There's not enough games. It's collecting dust. I mean, I've seen these threads. I've been on NeoGAF. I've seen these threads where somebody was like, yeah, I bought a Rift. It's been in my closet for the last 5 months collecting dust. I should probably sell it. There's people like that. There really are people like that. And so it's an interesting dichotomy there because you've got people like that. Now, what are they going to do? They might think, oh, this is fool's gold. It's calling me back to VR, but is this really going to be the dream that we've all dreamed about? But this is Valve, you know what I mean? And it's like all these little interactions. What I'm hoping most for this game is all the VR jank that we have to deal with on a regular basis. All the little irritants that we have with VR, opening doors, closing doors, picking up objects, just little irritable type shit. I really hope that Valve, of all the developers out there, I really hope that they've tried to figure all this stuff out and combat all this stuff. I mean, graphics look incredible. The game looks incredible. Story, action, Jackson, beautiful environments, interesting sci-fi. I mean, lots of interactivity. It all looks beautiful. So why don't we go ahead and check out Upload VR and see what the news is. We'll just kind of get a little quick take of everything here. I'm going to go ahead and add Road to VR. See, all my things got cleared out because I freaking restarted. I restarted my computer and everything got jacked. So let's go to the webinar. Let's go to the webinar real quick. Okay, so we go to the webinar, and yeah, if you go to a VR gaming website right about now, it is all Half-Life Alyx all the effing time. I mean, look at this. It is a clean sweep. It's a clean sweep, folks. Look at, they got 5 stories at the very top. All 5 of them. All 5 of them are Half-Life Alyx. Okay, so we got Half-Life Alyx will support community-built environments. Join us on YouTube to discuss Half-Life Alyx. Valve would love to bring Half-Life Alyx to PC, but it can't really translate. Tough titty, said the kitty. Half-Life Alyx has smooth and teleport locomotion. Yeah, we were worried about this, weren't we? Room scale plus standing support. Room scale is standing. Standing is room scale, bruh. Half-Life Alyx is a full-length prequel coming March 2020. Yeah, it is all Half-Life all the time. Look at that. I mean, and even going down here, Half-Life Alyx, Half-Life Alyx, Valve, Half-Life Alyx, Half-Life Alyx. Look, even down here, Gabe Newell, Half-Life VR is a culmination of things we care a lot about. See, Gaben, you know the one thing I will say about Gaben? Look, screenshots, some optional Half-Life Alyx interactions only possible with index controllers. Okay, now we're going to get into the haves and have-nots of all of that. And then we got stories that are not related to Half-Life Alyx that nobody gives a rat's ass about right about now. I need to check all these things out at a later date. But yeah, we got all these other stories as well. But yeah, it's all Half-Life Alyx all the time. That is really cool. If you go to like Road to VR, pretty similar over here. You can see Half-Life Alyx trailer revealed, date set for March 2020. Gabe Newell, we're excited to return to Half-Life VR, has energized the entire team or something like that. I don't know what they're saying here. Half-Life Alyx screenshots, classic Valve with a decade more detail. Source 2 tools will ship with Half-Life Alyx for VR content. Yeah, so a whole lot of Half-Life Alyx stuff going on. In real, you picked a bad day to come out with your information. But yeah, it is kind of interesting what's going on here. Okay, so let's go back over to our standard setup right here. And what I'm going to do is try to check out chat. Chat has been off the heezies. Faux shizneezies. Half-Life Sharonda. There's Phil Yarn. Yeah, Half-Life Robert, Half-Life Billy, Half-Life Buck, Half-Life Bobby. It could be like those Coke cans, you know, where it's got everybody's name on it. You go to the grocery store, Half-Life Robert, Half-Life Jimmy, and then you buy your own. It could be Half-Life whatever your name is, you know. They could do it like that. Okay, so let me go ahead and check out chat. Christopher Draken. Some of my gamers friends are in this situation. Got a VR headset and not use it since more than 1 year. That's damning. Like, that is real damning information. For example, like, you know, just on this whole VR thing, like, is VR gonna die? Is VR gonna survive? You know, all that type of talk. Like, I'm obviously in the pro VR camp, and I've said it a million times. The train has left the station. It's over. And I'm going to be talking about another game, not Half-Life Alyx. I'm going to be talking about what I believe could quite possibly be my game of the year for 2019. Could also quite possibly be the best VR game I've ever played, okay? I'm going to be talking about another game here in a minute, but... And I'm positive, I'm like all in on VR, right? But I have to concede to the haters that this really does happen. There's people that really are buying headsets, using them for a couple of months, and then they go into the closet and they get all dusty and they're going, that is bad. That is a bad look. That is a really bad look. And if you're a hardcore VR supporter, and you want to try to like spin that, you might say, well, they're not giving these games a chance. They're not trying enough games. They're too focused. They don't have a game in their particular genre. Their friends aren't playing VR games. Their friends are all playing flat games. Their friends can't afford VR. They're the only ones that have VR. It's really their friends that have drawn them back to Fortnite and Destiny 2 and all these other things, right? And it's not really VR's fault. It's all these other things, but it's a problem. It really is a problem. Like VR has a lot of problems when we really think about it. And this game, and if this game really lives up to all the hype, remember, what was I talking about all this time? This is Super Mario 64. This is Super Mario 64. This is the game that we're waiting for because Valve designed a headset. They have their own headset. They design their own controllers, But Gaiman has said all along that he's been envious of what Nintendo did back in the mid-90s with the development of the Nintendo 64. They had Mario, they had the controllers, and they had the Nintendo 64. All three of those things were being designed simultaneously. You know, all three of them were being designed simultaneously, and all three of them, the development of all three helped the development of the other two. You know, each of the three individual components, as they were developing the Nintendo 64 hardware, it influenced the development of Super Mario 64. As they were developing the controller, it influenced Super Mario 64. Super Mario 64 influenced the way they made the controller, influenced the decisions they made with the Nintendo 64 hardware. This is something that Gabe talked about. And so I do believe this might be the equivalent of Super Mario 64 for VR gamers. This could be the individual game that lets people know this is what VR is all about. This is VR done right. This is VR with like an unlimited budget, with a lot of developers that know what the hell they're doing. Gaben has a special place in his heart for VR. Gaben likes VR. He really does, because if he didn't, there's no effing way all this shit would be happening. So Gaben likes VR. Now, having said that, Gaben could turn on VR real quick. But you know, this game is going to come out. We're going to see how well it does. We're going to see how many more headsets are sold. Will this draw people into the Valve Index, or will they just buy Rift S's to play this game on their Rift S's? Will there be other headsets that will arrive prior to March 2020? You know, it could be a great idea. If you're Samsung, if you're LG, if you're Acer, Oho, Concept D, any other headset that might be out there that is looking to make a major splash, you know, maybe if you arrive in February, you know, show off the headset at the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas in January, and then launch the headset like mid-February, just in time for the arrival of Half-Life Alyx, because there will be a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of flat gamers that are going to be like, you know what? It's about time I got off my ass and actually tried this VR crap. And you know what? This is going to get me to try this VR crap. It is a possibility. So let's go ahead and see what some folks are talking about in chat real quick here. Hussein X says, Half-Life 2, also on mobile phones. He's talking to Gaming Science Teacher. The Chauncey says, if you saw the talk about doors, they definitely have. I think he's talking about the interactivity, the way you interact with things, like they're buttoning this up. They're going to make this a hell of a lot better than a lot of the games that we've seen so far. Deli Wolfensparger says, he's talking at VR365. I think he's talking about the fact that people aren't really they haven't locked into VR and they don't understand VR quite yet. They've tried it a little bit and then they went back to flat. It's a problem, but he's saying if anybody can figure out this problem, it is Valve. But you know, another thing we have to ask ourselves is, when has Valve made a game like this? Like, who wrote the story? Remember, they fired all the people. They fired all the people that did the story. They didn't fire them, but all the people left. All the writers, they left a long time ago. Now, maybe some of them actually wrote this story right before they left. One thing I did here, so I watched this trailer 2 times, and then automatically after the trailer, I watched it twice, and then another video came on that was Jeff Keighley, and he was talking about going to the Valve offices and stuff. I only saw 2 minutes of that trailer, or whatever that video was, where he was actually in the Valve offices. He was playing Half-Life Alyx, so you kind of saw what the real graphics look like. You know, because we see these trailers, they look drop dead gorgeous, but then it's oh, you see it on the monitor there, and it's okay, that's the real reality right there. I wish I had that footage right now. I would run that footage, and I would snip out just that snippet where it shows it on the monitor for more like a realization of what you're really getting out of this. But I don't know everything that was said about all this, but one thing I did hear is that 50 developers, I already fed the cat. Sorry, I already fed my cat, and she's about to get double dipped. All right. So supposedly about 50 developers inside Valve have been working on this for years. But 50 developers is not a hell of a lot when you really think about it. And then it's also like, I already fed the cat.
Okay, she wanted more, but
I already fed her. She ate. Okay, so where was I at here? I fed the cat. No, yeah, 50 developers, but what I'm trying to say here is, when's the last time Valve has made anything like this? Like, this is like a different kind of a thing. So you got to wonder, are they going to get the cobwebs off? Like, are they going to... Because the last time they made a game that was anything like this would probably be like Portal 2, would be like the closest equivalent to anything like this. And so it's years and years and years later. Are they all of a sudden... It's like Michael Jordan, you know, he's been sitting down for 4 years. Now he's just going to get up and go play basketball. Is he going to be the same Michael Jordan? I wonder about that. Like, I do wonder about that. I'm sure they got some new blood in there. New developers that have been active the whole time. It looks great. The engine, everything looks great. But anyway, let me go back and see what these... let me go ahead and see what some folks are talking about here in chat. So let me scroll way down here. Okay, I'm trying to get all the way down to this. I already fed the fat. Yeah, I've already fed the fat cat. F. Frank says, don't think I've ever seen that before. Really? You've never seen anybody say, I fed the cat already? You've never seen that? Oh my God, I just created history here on YouTube. I fed my fat kitty. Yeah, she tried to double dip. My cat tried to double dip. She is fat. She does need to lose some weight. Here, kitty. Okay, the Chauncey says, they've been working at this for many years, though. They sure have. Like, hell of years. Oh, and Main Fan says, feed the cat is innuendo his wife uses. Ah, that's a good one. Half-Life kitty. Yeah, and Paul Bellino says, Portal 2 was brilliant. Christopher Draken says, you fed the cat in VR, not in real life. Okay, Vive has a cat shooter exclusive. Just ask Virtual Strangers. The Chauncey says, so the Chauncey's serious here. We've got a serious guy in chat, okay? We've got a serious guy that isn't effing around here. The Chauncey is serious. He says they experimented with things first before starting the full game. Okay, yeah. And Shirzad Khan City, he won 3 more rings, talking about Michael Jordan. Yeah, he sat down for 4 years, played some minor league baseball, came back, and still won 3 more rings. The cat rules the Anthony household. That's Hussein X. Yeah, dude, my cat is legit. My cat is straight legit. Okay, and Jarillo says, you know what's better than the cutest and best cat in the world? Any dog. Cat fat shaming. Yeah, I will fat shame my cat because her nickname is Fat. That's what I call her, Fat. Here, Fat. Here, Fat. That's her little name. Okay, so anyway, that's Half-Life 2 all the effing time. So what else can we get into, folks? Well, why don't I talk for a minute? We don't want to beat this Half-Life 2, this Half-Life Alyx thing into the ground. Sorry, I'm kind of discombobulated. If you're just tuning in now, you got to understand, before this show started, my camera wasn't working for like 10 minutes. I spilled my coffee, and it spilled all over and got all over into all these little nook and crannies. I was trying to clean it up. I was trying to restart my computer. Absolute chaos, mass confusion. And I've just gotten back into the mix, but I am stumbling, bumbling, and rumbling with some of my verbal flubs. Verbal, like I can't even talk. It's really bad. But what I thought we could do real quick is I want to talk about what I think might be game of the year. This is my number 1 game. So we're going to switch off Half-Life Alyx for a minute here. I'm going to talk plenty more about this. Tune in to Sunday's show, because Sunday on Twitch, just regarding this whole Half-Life thing, Sunday on Twitch, I will be able to have looked at everything that's out there. I will be able to have looked at the reaction on NeoGAF and the reaction among the flat world. I'll be able to take some of the choice cuts of the comments and the sick burns that people have said about VR and how VR is freaking awful and why doesn't it just die already. I'm going to take some of the choice cuts out of that stuff. We can maybe take some isolated screenshots from this video and from more stuff that I hear about. So I'll be able to talk about Half-Life Alyx a hell of a lot more on Sunday's Twitch episode because I just got off work, seen the trailer a couple times. That's it. I don't know anything else. I haven't read any of these stories. I don't know anything about this crap. My apologies, but it's called having a job. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I want to talk about a different game. A game that I've been playing recently. Finally got a chance to play this game, which I'm late to the party. I'm very late to the party, actually, with this game. Okay, so I don't know which trailer I should grab here, but I'll just grab a miscellaneous Stomrland trailer. So yeah, Stomrland. Stomrland is a game that I've been playing recently. I've played it now. Let's see. I played it for the first time on Sunday night for about 45 minutes. My first experience in Stomrland. Then on Monday night, I think I played it for about an hour. On Tuesday, maybe played it for about a half an hour. And then last night, I played it for probably a good hour or so. So I haven't had a lot of time with Stomrland. I know how a lot of you guys are. You guys get a game, and in the first day, you're playing it like 6 hours. You're like finishing the effing game in the first day. I don't do that, man. I've got so many effing games going on. I've got Golem and Doctor Who and this and that. And then I've got a full-time job, and I've got a wife, and I've got a family, and I've got kids and a family and a cat and a dog. And, things going on in the background. So I'm lucky if I can get like 45 minutes or an hour with the game. Now this weekend, now that I've got another weekend, now I'll be able to get a little bit deeper, but I'm kind of early in Stomrland. So I'm sure everybody has covered all this a billion times and I'm late to the party, but I still want to rant and rave about an experience that I had last night because see, I've been playing Stomrland for several days now. And I didn't think, oh my God, this is game of the year. This is freaking incredible. This is awesome. This is one of the best VR games I've ever played. But last night, I did. Last night I was playing it and I got to a certain area in Stomrland and I had a certain sequence of events unravel for me in Stomrland with the story and the action and the combat and my shield and my guns and like surfing, doing the freaking speed over the clouds and all that, doing all that stuff and looking at my robot arms and like being in a battle, things exploding, graphics incredible. I'm playing this on the CV1. The sound design, like the 3D sound design, incredible. Everything is pretty much awesome. But I had this experience last night where I felt like I was in a movie. I felt like I was in a sci-fi movie. It was like a 15-minute window of an experience that I had, and it was breathtaking. The graphics, everything coalesced into this perfect experience. One of the things that I said about Audica, this is something that I've always said about Audica. Audica, one of the things that I praise Audica for is my highest high that I've ever experienced in VR happened in Audica. And it's like when you're playing these songs and then when you get to the point in the song where you're like, zzz, and you've got the electric shit shooting out of both guns and you're sustaining it and you feel like, you've got this tremendous power and it's just an amazing feeling. Like it really is an incredible high. When you really learn how to play Audica and you have a good run and you're like nailing everything and then zzz, and you just feel this tremendous power. It's like the highest high I've ever felt, right? Last night in Stomrland was an even higher high. It was just the way everything... The thing about Stomrland that is so incredible to me is the fact that you can take your robot hand and you can grab pretty much almost any surface in the game, you can grab it and you can just go, like this, and just launch yourself up like 35 feet into the air and then grab again. And so, boom, you can scale up the sides of mountains like it's nobody's business. You've got all kinds of things going on. Do I have some complaints about Stomrland? Yes, I do. In fact, I wrote down some of the problems that I have with this game. I have a few negatives, and I have one really, really big negative about Stomrland. Insomniac, somebody needs to tell Insomniac about this, seriously. Like, we need to get this fixed. My number one complaint about Stomrland. It'll be interesting if anybody can guess what my number one complaint is with Stomrland. My number one complaint, okay, is here's the thing. When you're playing a VR game and you're just walking around in the world and you're standing up, you're playing a VR game, you're standing up, you're just walking around in the world, usually your arms are kind of down like this, right? You know, your arms are down like this. How many people hold their hands up like this when they're playing a VR game and they just leave them held up like this? Not a lot of people, right? Usually your hands are kind of down by your side and you're walking around through the Stomrland world. Now you're using your thumbsticks or whatever as you're moving, but you might have your hands down by your side. Now here is my single biggest complaint about Stomrland. When you have your hands down by your side, well, you've got a gun on one hip and you got a gun on the other hip, right? And when your hands are down by your side, this little freaking annoying indicator shows up in your peripheral vision on both sides, showing you your gun, and also like how much ammo is in your gun, what kind of gun you have. That little indicator on both sides, these little indicators show up. And not only that, but like if you move your hands up for a second, you bring your hands back down, your controllers rumble a little bit. Just a little bit. Your controller will rumble a little bit when your hand gets close to your gun. This hand gets close to the gun, it rumbles a little bit. This hand gets close to the gun, it rumbles a little bit. That is my biggest annoyance, is not the rumble, it's really the effing indicators. And I went into the options and I thought there's got to be an option where you can turn off certain components of your HUD and eliminate certain components of your HUD. I could not find the option to do that. I cannot find the option to do that. So here's what I did, folks. A lot of times I'm playing through Stomrland, I'm artificially putting my arms up like this. I'm artificially keeping my arms up like this as I'm playing the freaking game. Artificially keeping my arms up like this. And then what happens is I start to get tired after a while and I forget about it and I put my arms down and then rumble, indicator. The other complaint I have about Stomrland is goddamn our AR future. Our AR future, because in this game, there are so many freaking indicators everywhere. Boop, 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 boop. I mean, so many little indicators flashing everywhere. It's like, can I play the game? Can I play the game? Or are you going to hold my hand and guide me exactly? So you got this radar, right? So there's a radar that's on top of your left hand. This big radar that's floating around, right? And the radar's cool. The radar is a good thing to have. Like, it's great to have that radar because then you can see, okay, where is my next point of interest? Oh, it's over there. Okay, I'm moving this far this way. Oh, now it's turning over there. So I got to go over to that little island over there. So the radar is a good thing. But why does it have to be always locked to your hand constantly? Why couldn't it be that you would, shake your hand or something to activate the radar? Like, I don't like that the radar is always there. I want to sometimes just look at my beautiful robot arms and just look at my beautiful robot arms. And it's hard for me to truly enjoy my beautiful robot arms with this big ass radar on my left hand all the time. Am I weird? I probably am. I am weird. I am weird, confirmed. But still, it bothers me. And then those little gun indicators, those bother me. And a million indicators everywhere, those bother me. But that's really it. That's like it. That's it when it comes to complaints. Because Everything about this game is freaking next level. The graphics are jaw-droppingly gorgeous, and I'm playing on a crappy-ass CV1, all right? I'm on a CV1, and I feel like the graphics are drop-dead gorgeous. Like, when I'm looking at my robot hands and I'm moving my fingers and moving my hands around, it looks absolutely phenomenal. It looks so clean and so crisp. I do notice like screen door and stuff, especially like the screen door. So you have these objects that are in your vision up here, and then you have like the background. And it's like the background does have, like, you do see a lot of screen door with the background. You're looking at background objects and stuff. This part of this is the CV1 and the resolution of CV1. I do want to try this on my Valve Index. I definitely want to try it in Revive on my Valve Index. I know performance might be a bit of an issue. This game does require like some serious power. So like I had problems running Asgard's Wrath. I would run Asgard's Wrath through Revive in my Valve Index, and it would stutter a lot. It had a lot of problems. This game, you know, there may be a similar situation. Okay, so another thing I really love about this game, let me go ahead and switch up trailers, though, because I've been on this same trailer for a million years. So let me go ahead and switch to another Stomrland trailer. Just a sec here. Okay, let's try, we could try the E3 announcement trailer. I don't know what's in that one, but we'll try this one. Yeah, this was the old one from a long time ago. Okay, so another thing that I really love about Stomrland, so I'm kind of an OCD gamer. Like, I've always been the OCD kind of guy. I got some OCD problems. You know, it runs in the family, right? And as an OCD gamer, like, I get into a level of a game, and if there's like something you can collect, or if there's like here's a simple example, okay? When I play Doom, I have to blow up every barrel of acid. I have to blow up every single one of them. It's OCD, man. Every barrel of, and I will search through the entire level. And if I find a single barrel that I didn't explode, it bothers me. And like, this goes back to the old Doom. I pick up every clip. I want to pick up every clip. I want to pick up every little health bonus, every little shield bonus. I got to do everything. Like, I got to have every little bit and bob. I got to collect it. And Stomrland is great for that, because they have these like chests that are all over the place. I'm blowing up every single chest. I'm getting these like bars of charcoal that are like, you know, that are going right into my body. And I'm blowing up every little chest everywhere, trying to collect every little thing possible. I'm jumping up, you know, going up to different parts of the world. Oh, what about the fruit? Like this weird alien fruit that you grab and you just explode it in your hands. I mean, just grabbing the fruit and just looking at that fruit, and it's like, oh man, look at how colorful and how crisp and everything, and then just scrunching it. I don't know what it does. I don't know what it gives you to scrunch the fruit. Like, I'm going through this entire world and I'm destroying every bit of fruit. But like, when I first got into the actual legit combat part of this game, and there's these other robots running around, and the combat isn't that hard. It's probably almost too easy, really. I mean, if there's a major complaint you could probably have about this game, you would say it's probably too easy. You would say it's probably too short. You know, some people might be saying right now in chat, they might be saying, Anthony, you know what? You're going to find out that this game is incredibly short, and then you're going to be disappointed. You know, it might be your game of the year right now because you had this one really incredible experience last night that just knocked your socks off. But then this game's going to be over because you're already a couple of hours in it. So I don't know. Maybe my opinion will change of the game, but it's definitely a banger. It is definitely one of the best VR games I've ever played. It's easily in my top 5 for best VR games ever. And right now, Asgard's and Audica they're not up here. But maybe my opinion will change. Maybe my opinion will change. This game, see, the thing is, Asgard's is a great game, but it's not really built for me. This is more my type of game. You know, exploring a freaking alien world. And I explore every little nook and cranny. I'm looking at every little piece of fauna, every little butterfly, every little weird thing that's expanding and contracting, and you know, every little all the little things there, the rain, everything. I'm exploring every little nook and cranny. There's different ways to get around. I mean, the lava and everything. I think it's dope. I think this game is incredibly dope. I'm all in. I'm loving Stomrland. Pretty freaking incredible as far as I'm concerned. Okay, let me go ahead and see what folks are talking about over here in chat. I know I'm hella late to the game. So I know that like people talked about this like 5 days ago, or they talked about it last Friday or whatever. So I know I'm super late. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what some fools are talking about over here. Okay, Suzuki says this year has been great for VR. It actually has, man. We are so spoiled. And you know what? More and more games continue to come out. And they shouldn't. Like Espire 1, what are you doing? Let's go to the news. Let's go to Steam and like let's consider like some of the games that are coming out right now. So let me go to the webinar. I think there's a lot of mistakes. A lot of freaking marketing mistakes are happening right now. Okay, so we're on the webinar here. I'm going to go to virtual reality. And actually, let's see what is released recently, because I haven't been keeping track of that. So here's the brand new releases for VR. And you can see Party Pumper, Unnamed VR, Buzzludza VR, Cross Border VR, Heebie Jeebies, Battle Sorcerers, a lot of unknown shit. Now this game here, Rest in Pieces, I saw a trailer for this, actually looked kind of decent. You know, it's funny how you get these games that just come out of effing nowhere. This is like kind of like a wave shooter of the good old days of VR, right? But looked halfway decent. Rest in Pieces. It's got 3 user reviews. So that came out. Oops, let's see. I must have screwed up here. One page too many. Okay, back to virtual reality. I'm just trying to see the most recent releases here. So Rest in Pieces, Fail Space. Talk about a bad time to launch your game. Fail Space. Man, dude, this is the game. Okay, Fail Space, this game right here that came out on November 14th. There were so many weeks where there was nothing going on. I mean, think about this year in VR. We had certain times where it was like a drought. There was nothing happening. I remember before No Man's Sky came out, it was slow as hell. There wasn't anything going on. I mean, shit like Free Diver Triton Down was like game of the year because there was nothing coming out. And that would have been the perfect time to bring out a game like Fail Space. Like it could have came out in one of these slow weeks when there was nothing going on, and everybody on Reddit would be like, Fail Space came out. Tons of people would be talking about it. There would be hype. There would be excitement. But everybody's bringing their games out right now surrounded by heavy hitters. What are you doing? What are you doing? There aren't that many there's not enough VR players to buy all these games. I'm sorry. There's not enough VR players to buy all these games. And the VR players that know what's good for them, they're buying Asgards. They're buying Stomrland. They're buying Pistol Whip. They're buying Boneworks. Their money has been freaking already dialed in. Like their money has already been decided. And then you bring out a game like Fail Space or The Curious Tale of Stolen Pets. You know, I know I've heard good things about these games, but man, are you picking a bad time to release your game. But let's look at upcoming games here, because there's going to be more bad decisions that are going to be made with more games that are coming out over the next couple of days, next couple of weeks. I don't know why are they doing this? Look, I know it's Christmas, and I know it's like, what do you call it? Black Friday and everything and this is when people buy all their games. but they're buying physical things, to go under the Christmas tree. And even if somebody's buying somebody a Steam card for Christmas, they're not getting it until December, right? They're getting it in late December. So why not have some of these games be dated for like December 20th or something like that? I don't get this mad rush of all these people trying to get their games out so quick. Like Boiling Steel is a game that I think is coming very soon. They don't have a date on here yet, but I believe their game is coming very soon. Well, tomorrow, Espire 1, right? Espire 1 is coming out on the 22nd. I mean, I'm excited for Espire 1, but is this the right time? Is this the right time to bring out Espire 1? Everybody's money has gone into Asgard's and No Man's Sky, and they're saving money for Boneworks on December 10th. Do you guys buy like 9 games in a month? I don't. What? You're going to just buy the game at full price for $30 and just let it sit on your Steam account because you're still deep in Stormlands and you've got 20 more hours of Asgard's Wrath to go? I don't know. I don't understand this. So we've got too many games. Somebody just said in chat, that this has been an incredible year for VR games. And it has. It's too good. It's too good, in fact. This fourth quarter, like this November and like October, has been too good. There's too many good games. There's not enough VR gamers. It's the truth. It's the freaking God's honest truth. There's not enough VR gamers to cover all this stuff. And then you got everything dropping on Quest. And then we got freaking Vader Immortal and all of that is... Wait, today's November 21st. So Vader Immortal is out today as well? Or am I wrong about that? Let's go to the Oculus. Let me go to the Oculus. Let's go to Oculus. Yeah, Oculus Experiences Rift. Let's go over here. Dude, is Vader Immortal Episode 3 available today? Because I freaking forgot about that. Yeah, it's available today as well. And then you've got the daily deal. Now, here is a good daily deal, ladies and gentlebots. This is an Anthony special, one of my highest recommendations possible, especially if you want something that is going to chill you out, calm your ass down, and make you feel happy and joyous. Like if you're having a bad time at work and you just want to lounge and kind of get some happiness back, Zing the Land Beyond. I mean, this is a banger, baby. Let me tell you, one of my all-time favorites. The music, the puzzles, the worlds that you just walk around in. It's just so chill, just so beautiful, just so relaxing. It is definitely one of the best I've ever played in terms of like chill out. It's a great palate cleanser. We definitely need palate cleansers at this time. But yeah, let's look at new releases. New releases on the Oculus Rift. And you can see here, yeah, Vader Immortal. It's available today. God, I completely forgot about that. Completely forgot about that. That's a perfect sign that there is too much. Oh, dude, Eclipse Edge of Light. Eclipse Edge of Light is out now as well. Holy moly, riccatoli. Look at that. I like this. I played this on the Oculus Go, and I was really liking this on the Oculus Go. I'd like to check out the PC VR version of that. And I know that it was on Steam as well. So, wait, let me go back to new releases. But yeah, I mean, look at all the stuff that's popping out right about now. It's just too much. Stormland, The Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets. Doctor Who, The Edge of Time, a really good puzzle game, by the way. Last Labyrinth, Pistol Whip. I mean, it's just never ending, right? So many freaking games. Let's go over to the Quest and see what's new on that platform. Obviously, Vader Immortal is a big deal over there. They've got, Espire 1 coming soon, The Climb coming soon. Waltz of the Wizard is coming to the Oculus Quest. I did see that. Actually, let's check out all the coming soon games. Death Lap is still on there. Vacation Simulator there's so many games. It's fine for the Quest though, because the Quest audience, they can't get enough of this shit. They love these games. They're buying. Dude, people on the Quest are going to go bankrupt. Like, they're going to need to get one of those, like, pink slip loans. They're spending money like it is going out of style. Gaming science teacher, how are you doing over there? How is your budget doing with all these games? There's just too much, really. But yeah, let's go back over to Steam. So, you know that Eclipse game? I wonder why the Steam version didn't come out. Eclipse Edge of Light, right? Okay, Eclipse. If I can spell, which I can't, Eclipse. Am I spelling it wrong? Eclipse Edge. Oh, there we go. Okay, Eclipse Edge of Light. Yeah, so I saw that this was coming on Steam. So it must be one of those timed Oculus exclusives, huh? Yeah, so it says release date April 17, 2017. That's a mistake. This is not on Steam right now. You cannot buy this on Steam right now, but it is out on Oculus. I mean, I do think this is beautiful. I remember this is one of the coolest things I played on the go, because it was like, I'm playing this on the go, and it's like I'm playing it, and it's like, this almost feels like a real VR game, and I'm playing it on the go with the jetpack and all of that. You really only use one controller, you know, and it's 3DoF and all that. And I know there's not really a lot going on. It's kind of more of a walking simulator and a jetpack walking simulator, really. But I do think it's pretty cool. So that is out there. So yeah, just a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, pink slip loans, you know, where like you get a loan for your car. You know, you get these loans where they'll basically take ownership of your car if you don't pay off the loan. Discombobulation. Yeah, so let's head back over here. All right, folks. Well, anyways, I know this show's been kind of weird, and you know, but it is what it is. I just wanted to get a show out today. I was able to do that. I'm happy about that. I did like a 3-hour show on Tuesday. That was a marathon, man. That 3-hour show on Tuesday was crazy time. And I definitely will be having an episode this Sunday on Twitch, 11:30 a.m. I'm going to get a lot more into the whole Half-Life Alyx thing. I'll be checking out everything all over the place. And I'll do a regular show in terms of like regular news, like In Real, you know, Magic Leap, all this stuff, like any of these news stories that are coming out. I'm going to look at all of that, all of these releases, prices. There's so much stuff going on. It is a true cornucopia. A lot of stuff is really popping off. It's really crazy. But yeah, that's going to go ahead and do it for this show. And make sure to tune in Sunday, 11:30 a.m. on Twitch, and I will check everybody out over there. All right, I got to get some dinner, and I've got to clean up the fact that I spilled a cup of coffee over here. I cleaned most of it up, but I know there's probably some residue that I do need to clean up. All right, I'll check you guys out on Sunday. Everybody have a good one. Make sure to buy, what is it? What's that game that was on sale for Oculus? Zing, The Land Beyond. For what, $8 on the Oculus store? If you don't already have that and you want to improve your mood dramatically and chill out a little bit, relax a little bit, grab Zing, The Land Beyond. It's an absolutely wonderful game. All right, I will see you guys on Sunday. Everybody have a good one. Take it easy. Later.